Alright. So, we got bath towels for the gang. Reen. Oh, that is not. My man can't afford shoes, dear.
Nope, no shoes.
Oh man, his toes look like fucking little rat claws.
Okay.
They also don't look the same color as the rest of his fucking feet. Reen, put your shoes back on, man. Take off the rest of your clothes instead. Oh yeah. Reen ain't got no booty. Look at this man, he is sans booty. He's just got a really long back. Anyway.
I don't know if they're ever kind enough to give guys cake and games.
I mean, thank God for that. I don't want to be staring at no guy's ass. Now Yuna's got like, she's got like a cupcake. All right, where do I go? Hot Springs Paradise. Like, if I click skip the scene, is there like something extra to skip, or is just fucking would have just skipped this fucking footbath scene? Alright, it would have just skipped the footbath scene. Okay. Good to know for the future. Plover goods and souvenirs. I can sell fish. Interesting.
Means it's time to go fishing.
I don't think I can get any of the fucking good fish that I want. And of course you would fucking say that. Like, seriously, what is it with you and fishing in games?
I don't know why, I just like really enjoy it, like super enjoy fishing.
I fucking know!
I don't know why. Like, when you're like Final Fantasy fishing game, I'm like, maybe. Like, strong maybe.
That's a hard may. Like, fucking, that's really the only fucking... Fishing and cooking's the only way I got you to start playing Final Fantasy 14 with me. So, you know.
There's Kurt on the lookout platform again.
What are we looking at, Kurt?
I think
A
I'll
mountain.
see how he's doing before heading home.
That's a mountain, alright. It's got a big moon. The view is just as beautiful in the evening as it is in the day. Yeah, on a clear night you can see the whole sea of stars up there. Thank you for supporting me today, instructor. I feel much more confident in my own abilities after the battle earlier. Glad to hear it, but you still look like something's bothering you. I know Prince Oliver's disappearance is weighing on you, sure, but I feel like there's something else on your mind. You really can see right through me, can't you? After training under you for so long, I was finally able to show my father how much I've improved. Between that and the fact we Vanders are once more able to serve as the guardians of the Imperial family, I should be happy. But, at the same time, my father still doesn't love me. But the man I swore to protect is no longer within my reach. So that's what's bothering you. The rumors of him becoming an Ouroboros enforcer are certainly concerning, without a doubt. And if they are indeed true, I cannot say I don't understand what drove him to do it. All his life, he's been denied the freedom to choose his own destiny. He was treated as an object, sheltered as a youth, and then tormented as he grew into a man, all because of his royal blood. So when he was given the chance to live a life of his own choosing, for the first time, he took it. I can empathize. It does make a certain kind of sense. Of course, that empathy does not mean I'd given up on bringing him back. I think we made that perfectly clear to him when we last spoke. I told him we need to start seeing each other as we are.
I don't know when I'll have the chance, but one day I will go and find him.
I bet
I
you
don't
will.
know where we'll take it once I do, but if nothing else, I want him to know how I feel.
Kurt, we don't judge here. If you want to tell me you're gay, I'll support you. If you're gay for Cedric, I'll support you. Just tell me. I got an in with the Emperor and the Empress. I got some people on the inside who can I can wingman for you. Did I say something strange? Not at all. I thought I was going to need to give you some encouragement, but you picked yourself right back up. Just like you did when you were knocked down off that cliff earlier. I still haven't quite wrapped my brain around that one. Heh, I was just acting out of desperation, that's all. Your father really does think too highly of me. You and the others would have grown up just fine even without me. I'm inclined to disagree, Instructor. Wait, did you have a chance to talk to him? A little. We ran into each other in the springs. He gave me some excellent advice. He may be a man of few words, but he possessed a tremendous kindness. I was honestly kind of intimidated by him at first, but now I can see the caring heart under that scary exterior. I should have known it would take you long to see him for who he really is. Outside of combat training, he's a gentle, kindly man. He doesn't smile much and has never been one to speak his feelings, so he's very easily misunderstood. Once he learned that the local children were scared of him and spent the entire day upset that he caused them any distress. Aww. As absurd as that sounds, it also makes perfect sense. You really do respect him though, huh? Of course. He's the pride of my whole family, myself included. I'm glad to hear it. Well, I'm going to head off. There's still a while until the meeting, but try not to stay out in the cold too long, alright? I'll be sure to stay warm. See you later. Character added, Kurt 2. Alright. Kurt 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Boogaloo.
Boogaloo. It's Boogie. Spooky Boogaloo.
No, not Spooky Boogie.
Spooky Boogie. Spoopy Boopy.
Spoopy Boopy.
Claire, what's up? Why are you on the phone? Am I interrupting? Hello, Claire. Clara, Clarice, hello. Notice me. Sounds like she's deep in conversation.
She is busy.
I don't care. I'm taller than her. I'm manlier than her. I can take her. Should I wait here until everyone's ready to meet? Sure.
Everyone, if I could have your attention.
Oh, now you want to pay attention to me?
I'm afraid I have terrible news.
Oh, that's terrible. What's the news?
Crossbell's signing ceremony today was disrupted by a surprise attack.
Oh, hey. We learned that Rufus is a dickbag.
Crossbell has been reoccupied. Huh?
By who? What happened?
I can't believe it.
Rufus did Rufus things again, as always. We gotta go stop Rufus Rufusing. Yuna, if you need to go lie down, we quite understand. Oh, don't worry about me. This is just all so sudden that it took me a minute to process it. But there's no way in hell I'm gonna sit around skulking when there's work to be done. Well, if you're really sure. I'm sorry, I should have broken the news to you more gently. That was careless of me. Don't sweat it. I imagine you must have been pretty stunned when you found out, too. Right now, I just want to know the details of what happened. For one thing, who would do this? Good question. Can you fill us all in? Of course. I apprised Lord Mateus of the details earlier, but you all deserve to know. As I mentioned, the signing ceremony for Crossbell's independence at 2 p.m. today came under attack. The assault was the work of a military force led by Rufus Albarea. Rufus Albarea? But he was arrested, right? He was, yes. But last night, the former Governor General and his subordinates escaped from Oroc's fort where they were being held. Should have been in a more maximum security prison, but whatever. You know, somebody who was basically an evil god.
Or just, kill him.
We can't do that. We don't.
I'm not.
We don't do capital punishment. Is bad. Okay?
Well, then they get what they get. If this is gonna happen again, then he's gonna break free again, and then he's just gonna cause more chaos, and the games will never end until Rufus is old, and he'll die when he feels like it.
Exactly. Now you understand. Though their breakout certainly put us on high alert, we'd hope to keep this information from going public and causing confusion during the ceremony. So you knew he broke out!
And they decided to let our people stay here anyway.
Unfortunately, it seems people had to find out in the worst possible way. Like, I understand you don't really want to fucking say, hey, dangerous master criminals on the run. Don't do it, because people will panic, and that's not good either. But a little bit of heads up would have been nice, Claire.
I mean, to get people leaving from here, because, did they really need to stay here then all day? No, they could have left in the morning.
So you're saying that they escaped one night and were able to take over Crossbell the very next afternoon? There's got to be more to this. Agreed. We're clearly dealing with something that had been carefully planned. What about Lloyd and the rest of the SSS? Come to think of it, they were supposed to be helping with ceremony security. I'm afraid I haven't heard anything about the SSS so far. I'm sure they did their best to hold off the assailants, but... No. I suppose all we can do is pray that they're alright. You kidding me? No way any real harm could have come to him with Randolph there. I have to agree there. I'm sure the members of the Triple S are all just fine. What happened after the initial attack? Rufus's military force spread out, defeating the CGF and taking control of the entire region. After which, Rufus dubbed himself the Supreme Leader, and proclaimed the establishment of the United Nation of Crossbell. That sounds ominous. You took the words right out of my mouth. His new title and proclaimed rule make it clear he wants to rule the entirety of Crossbell once more. Well, too bad. We're not going to let him. That's right. If it wasn't obvious, Rufus Alberea is acting alone, without the government or Imperial family support. But why do this now of all time? Do you have any idea what his goal could be, Major? I'm afraid not.
I will be the one to bear the responsibility for His Excellency's actions.
So I think Rufus had been planning this ever since he was arrested.
It is the best way we can go about quelling the unrest in Erebonia and solving the issue of Crossbell all at once. I can think of no better way for us Ironbloods to honor him.
I don't want to think he was lying when he said all of that. Putting him aside for the moment, what's the current situation in Crossbell? I'm concerned about how the surrounding nations must be reacting too. Also, dear, there's also some really other bad news too.
Well, the curse thing.
Well, yes, that, but there's also more. The Divine Knights, our Gundam homie, they don't exist no more.
Oh.
They all had to use their power for the trial or whatever to stop the super duper god, the super duper mega Gundam. So Valimar and Ortine and all that shit that don't exist no more. So we just got basic bitch, slightly more mass produced soldats.
The Zoom.
Kinda. Hopefully the Zoom can get there. Currently, Rufus's black-clad soldiers are blockading all routes in and out of the region. Both Erebonia and Calvard seem content just watching how everything plays out for the present. It makes sense for the Empire to be reluctant to interfere in Crossbell's affairs after the war, but the Republic's silence is a little more unexpected. Both countries suffered major losses from the Ions and the Septarian of Zero when they attacked Crossbell 3 years ago. I'm guessing they aren't going to forget that in a hurry. Those losses ended up leading to the civil war here and the economic crisis in Calvard. So Calvard is likely playing it safer now until they know what they're dealing with. But they're not just going to sit this out forever, are they? I doubt it. It probably won't be long before they start making moves. Which isn't likely to end well given that they've steadily been increasing their military strength for a while now. All communication with the region is being blocked, so I'm afraid that is all I know. I'm so sorry I can't tell you how your family is doing, Yuna. I'm sure you must be so worried about them. No, it's alright. Your explanations made me feel a lot more at ease. It doesn't sound like the soldiers are occupying Crossbell are going to hurt innocent civilians. I'm more worried about those who would try to resist the occupation. People like Lloyd or the rest of the SSS. I hope they're all okay. There are a lot of other people we know in Crossbell right now, too. Yeah, which is also concerning. Elisa and Sharon are there representing the Reinford Company, to name two. Then Toa is representing Thor's, and Machias is there on behalf of the Inspectorate. If they were all supposed to, and they were all supposed to attend the signing ceremony, they're all likely targets of an attack, too. Hell, I'd be more surprised if they weren't targeted. Thank you, Ash. That puts us all at ease. I mean... Like I said...
I mean, if Sharon was there, she should have been able to put the hands on him.
Not necessarily. Like, Rufus is kind of a cut above. We've been through more than our fair share of trouble in the past and came out the other end in one piece. That goes for Lloyd and the rest of the Triple S too. I wouldn't be surprised if they're all working together to get the situation under control. Yeah, I'm sure they are. All we can do is believe in them. I assume you have finished discussing the Crossbell situation. If you would, Major, I would like to discuss the other matter at hand. Father, there's something else? Yes, you see, a video recording was recently delivered to the Intelligence Division. It doesn't directly concern what happened in Crossbell, but I think it's something that all of you should see. Oh, great, this isn't good. Is it going to be the guy who looks like Crow?
I am C, leader of the Reborn Imperial Liberation Front.
Oh, for fuck's sake. So, the Imperial Liberation Front was the thing that Crow was the leader of to try and take down Osborn from the first two Cold Steel games. Crow died, but then didn't die, so Crow's still around, but I don't think this C is Crow. I don't think this C is the real C. So this is bad.
With the iron-blooded monster slain, the Empire had claimed its key to enter an era of peace. Alas, it would seem his poisonous beliefs are now being carried on by zealots, espousing nonsense of a united nation.
Fuck, we gotta go kill Rufus.
To those who support their losing game, and to the ignorant politicians who allow these dogs to bark, I say this: we shall see you pay for your crimes.
This is
Our
bad.
first target was the foolish prince and his wings, now bound to inaction.
Oh, great. So this C kidnapped our fucking Prince Oliver.
Our next target shall be the muck and mire that gathers in the Vermilion City.
Oh, boy. This is bad, bad, bad. Bad news, Juju's. Well, there we go. Somebody's finally taking responsibility for the prince napping. By the name of C, too. Why does that ring a bell? C was an alias used by the leader of the Imperial Liberation Front, a terrorist group who opposed the late Chancellor Osborn. His true identity was revealed to be a Thor student who you all know very well. Crow Armbrust. Heh, yeah, that checks out. Still, I know, none of this makes sense. Crow has no reason to be using that name again, and even less reason to abduct Prince Olivert and Lady Sherazard. Does that mean someone else has taken his alias for their own? I think that's a safe assumption. Unfortunately, I don't have a clue as to Crow's whereabouts. Can you get in contact with him? I'm trying, but he's not picking up. I know he went home to Jirai a few days ago, but beyond that, nope, I can't get through to him, just like I can't contact Elisa and the others. Could something have happened in Jirai? It's been a hotbed of conflict lately due to the independence movement, so that is a possibility. But there's always the chance that he was caught up in some entirely unrelated trouble. I have faith in Crow. Even if he did get caught up in something, he'll get himself out of it. I know it. For sure, the guy's always been a wily one. Either way, that video does tell us a few things. True, we can't be certain of this new C's identity, but I think it's safe to assume they are responsible for the prince's abduction. They also seem to be in conflict with Rufus Albrea and his faction. Though judging by the timing of the prince's abduction, you almost wonder whether they saw Crossbell's occupation coming. And if they did, that only raises more questions. Either way, now that we have our culprits, we gotta work on going after them. Indeed, and I think our best clue will be the last part of the recording. The muck and mire that gathers in Vermilion City. Huh. Probably the royal family? Seems very muck and miry. First we learn the prince was abducted, and then we get that mysterious declaration. That was a lot to take in. Either way, I can discuss it all with my classmates tomorrow morning. Then we can decide how best to approach all this. Hmm? Yeah, Yuna is struggling. Her homeland was finally going to be at the
March, but it's
peace.
still cold to be out at night, Yuna. Especially in areas that still have snow on the ground.
She's sad, Reen. Let her be sad.
What are you doing here, instructor?
I could sense you out here from inside my room. Given how late it is and how new you are to Ymir's weather, I couldn't help but worry.
You can't just whip out those super senses for any old thing.
Yes, I can. I love you.
Maybe. But every time they prove useful in a situation like this, I'm glad I spent time honing them.
What are you sitting down for, anyway? Aren't you here to make me go inside?
Nah, you got my jacket on. You'll be warm.
This isn't the academy dorm. There's no curfew here. If you want to stay up a little late, I'm not going to stop you.
Wow. You sure you should be saying stuff like that to your impressionable students?
I don't think it hurts once in a while.
Reen, now is not the time to have a romantic moonlit night under the star in the skies with the glittering snow on the ground with your student who's wearing your jacket.
Yeah, just let Yuna be sad.
Shit's happening, brother.
So you're not going to ask me anything?
I'm not even sure where to start. I feel like you're the one who has to be willing to open up here.
Open up? You think I'm just trying to act fine when I'm not, don't you?
Not just think it. I know I'm correct.
You are. You are, but how many times has this happened now?
3 by my
Over
count.
and over. Prospel finds itself in danger, and every time I get all worked up and cause more problems for everyone. I'm just tired of being such a burden. So what choice do I have but to bottle it all up and deal with it on my own?
I get what you're trying to say, but you're missing the fact that everyone wants to help you when things go south.
You're here.
That goes for all your classmates. And me. If it
Oh,
was the
you-
other way around and one of your classmates needed help, wouldn't you want to give it to them?
Well, yeah. Of course I would. But I think you're the last person I want to hear that from.
Yeah, Reen, you don't let people help you. You try to take on the burden all on your
I
own.
get you're our instructor and all, and students aren't supposed to be the ones teaching the teacher.
That's not why I don't turn to you. Thing is, I have the same problem you do. And I need to work on it too. But turning to your friends, or your students, for comfort and advice isn't a sign of weakness.
I don't know. I think turning to your students for advice is a sign of weakness.
I feel like he should just be kind of talking to his classmates about that, but that's just me.
Yeah, like I feel like he's supposed to be the one who's supposed to help them through these crises and not, have them teach.
Right.
That's what they're there for.
No, it's not,
And
Reen.
that doesn't change, no matter how many times you have to do it. You help each other, so you can move forward together.
Like, Reen, it's your job to handle these kinds of situations so your students can have a place safe to grow and mature and learn. But no, you just keep throwing them into effectively, literally religious hell.
And can I
Go on.
turn to you for comfort now?
Yes.
Of course you can.
Let it out, You've been fighting for this for a long time. It just keeps happening.
We fought so hard. And we thought this was finally it.
But then Rufus comes out of fucking nowhere and says, "Hey, Uno reverse."
So, why did they go and take it away from us again? Why can't Crossbell just be free? What did we do to deserve all this? Just leave us alone!
Do you feel a bit better now?
Yeah. But now the embarrassment of all that crying in front of you is really starting to set in.
Yeah, you don't cry in front of me all that much either, dear.
Anyway, don't worry about me. I'm fine now, really. No matter how many times people take our home, we'll just take it right back from them.
That's what I like to hear.
Well, I guess it is getting late. I'm gonna head back to my room.
Can I keep your jacket, instructor?
So, thank you for lending me your coat. I'll give it back now. I don't want you being cold either.
Thanks. Good night, Yuna.
Reen, you're supposed to let her keep the coat, you fucking moron.
Nah.
No, he's
You don't know.
He's supposed to say, "Oh, it's fine, I'm used to Ymir's weather. I grew up here."
I'd better get to bed, too.
Plus, if it gets too cold, I can always take a dip in the hot springs.
It's been a really, really long day.
Yeah, Reen and the gang, they're just not winning. They're not taking those W's. They're not going to B-dubs as the snow thaws. Reen's route, Act 1, end. So do we get to start C's route now, or do we go back to see what the fuck happened to Lloyd and the group and the gang and the squad?